Bully Dog. Once again, you had to go and lick Lawson's boots to get a championship match, and now that you have that belt, I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting DeLuna take it off your hands. You know, just like you screwed him out of the interdimensional belt. All is fair, right? Jack, congratulations on the #1 contendership. You're gonna have your hands full with Apex and the creation, but more importantly, I don't think Lawson will take your win lying down. I know you're a loner and you like to stay out of everybody's business, but if anything else, just know I've got your 6 against the club, whether Honorbound has my back or not. And of course, let's talk about the club. Spectrum, despite what it may seem, I am happy for you to have your first opportunity at a championship in your career, but you know full well I can't let the club get their hands on that world title, briefcase or not. And speaking of this briefcase, what's the deal, Lawson? I gave you a challenge, and you're chickening out? I thought you wanted this, since you were so desperate to go after Funk's briefcase, even if you just wanted to screw over Flo at the time. Not to mention, your boys Tyson and M are also still on my list of ex-champs I have yet to have a one-on-one with. So if you won't parlay, then maybe it's time for Honorbound to show you what happens when even something created to reign in chaos falls out of line. The clock is ticking, Lawson, and fate waits for no one.
Cause your opinion don't matter. This a maniac is gonna step on whomever. It's time getting light, cause I'm gonna make it changes. Kicking ass, taking names.
Greetings, Flashbang. My name is Mr. Lawson, and I am the hand-picked representative of the brass. And I hope all of you enjoyed Breakdown last week, a Halloween spectacular. I personally would like to offer my congratulations to the Bully Dog on capturing championship gold for the first time here in MNW. Well played, Bully Dog. Now, Graven, you bring up a very interesting point. You want some revenge for DeLuna because of the whole interdimensional championship thing. Well, in my opinion, Bully had nothing to do with your friend being the target of the briefcase. But speaking of that briefcase, maybe there's a deal to be made. I've spoken with Bully Dog, and he's more than happy to defend the Big Oof Championship, but typically it is an open challenge belt, and there are many, many challengers, so how about we do this, Graven? You go talk to DeLuna and see if they want to cut the line. Bully is more than happy to let DeLuna be the first person to challenge for the Big Oof Championship, but it will cost you. Because, Graven, if you want DeLuna to fight Bully for the Big Oof Championship, then you need to fight Bully for the brass briefcase. It's only fair to cut the line. Otherwise, what's in it for Bully? Now that's something you'll have to think on. Maybe let it marinate around in that hollow skull of yours. As for the rest of you, I look forward to tonight. I'm quite excited for our main event. Congratulations, Jack Andrews. I wish you all the best of luck in your championship opportunity. And hopefully there's no leftover ghosts hanging around. Have a good evening, Flashbang.
And I'm better than ever. Got a knack for making things better. Face facts, cause your opinion don't matter. This a maniac is gonna step on whomever.
Greetings, Friday Night Flashbang. My name is Eric Jan Erickson, and we are back off of Breakdown with a heck of a Fallout show for each and every one of you. And we have so much to get to here tonight. If you haven't seen our tweet out on social media, a stacked lineup here tonight. We have the mercenary, the Mandalorian Kuso Kale, sent by Mr. Lawson and the Brass to deal with a constant thorn in their side, and that is none other than the Smoking Mirror, who seemed to be going around Breakdown and taking out individual after individual that was scheduled to partake in the Monster Mash. Speaking of the Monster Mash, we have a new winner, and that belongs to Spectrum of the Executive Club. The club was cheering all night, partying day and night. And here tonight, Spectrum will be in one-on-one action against the person they defeated to claim the Monster Mash, and that is the Dragonborn Wily. We also know that the Bully Dog will take on Defunk and the rest of Flow, but they're going to need a little bit of help to do that, and who will step to the plate to aid Bully Dog? We also know that our main event will be the Crimson Phoenix defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Jack Andrews, who defeated Scott E. Stevens at Breakdown to become the new #1 contender. But let's not waste any time, folks. We have so much to get to, including the return of the Pumpkin King, but that's later. Right now, it's the Mandalorian versus the Smoking Mirror. Next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 177 pounds, they are the Mandalorian Kuso Kale.
And here comes Kuso. Meanwhile, tweeting out on social media, Michael Macabre saying, quote, "Did we forget Lawson? I called the Funk out for the belt as a test weeks before Breakdown. Now Mr. Martin did win it. The challenge hasn't changed." Doom already looking to get back in the championship picture. But they're going to have to deal with a certain Minotaur problem here tonight. Because as I mentioned, it's the return of Mad Jack, who will go one-on-one with Labras here later tonight.
And introducing their opponent, weighing in at 213 pounds, the Smoking Mirror.
A man who was not seen but was very busy at Breakdown, sticking it to the Executive Club, and now they've sent their hired mercenary after him. So which vigilante do you like? The Mandalorian or the Mirror? And tweeting out on social media, it looks like Sajar has some words. Following the footsteps of Graven, quote, "Forgive my silence after I was incapacitated. I needed to test the adaptations my body created after the match, and they have been enjoyable. As my pack brother said, I do not wish," as we get underway here, "I do not wish for this to be the end. Forces of nature, especially you, Big Rock, you have the first true challenge I have faced since coming to this realm. I could not make you move or flinch. You'll be the key to my next evolution. I shall see you around once other problems have been settled. Meanwhile, Kuso missing that moonsault there. A little rocky start for both competitors. Kuso shooting in Smoking Mirror. The Hurricane Rana takes them down. And now head first into the corner. And now up onto that top rope. Look out here. Look at Smoking Mirror trying to fight back. And now Kuso with some counters. All the way up to the top, and here come the elbows. And now what has she got in mind here? Kuso, oh my God, the Poison Rana off the top rope. And now Kuso's saying, get up. And now another Hurricane Rana. And immediately into the cover, legs in position. One, and a kick out at one. And now trying to work over the head. That knee right to the spine. And now Mirror whipped in again. Kuso got caught. Mirror stomp right to the gut. And now to the outside. And oh, the tope! Atomiko! And now here comes the clotheslines. And then sweeps the leg. Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. The Madness out on the stage. We're going to see him later tonight, but a stare down with Kuso. And now from behind. Look out here. Looking to roll up Kuso. And on a kick out. Remember the history between Madness and Kuso, former tag team partners in the Mad World. Boot to the midsection. Look out here. Looking for the street sweeper. And now the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Off the distraction, the Madness throwing a wrench at Kuso's plans. And then missing the springboard. And now the drop kick. Onto that middle rope. Telling Mirror to get up. And then the Hurricane Rana again. And then the standing shooting star. And now the bombshell cards. Shades of the Mad Jester full down. Goes Mirror 2 and a kick out at 2. Oh, and was looking for Die with Honor, but caught that super kick. There's the counter. Oh, and there it is! Out of nowhere! Die with Honor! 1, 2, and a kick out! Kuso off the counter. Now off the ropes. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. And now the German out of the deadlift. And then that knee right to the head. And now the boot to the midsection. The springboard and catches Kuso. And now a stomp right to the midsection. And Mirror dragging them into the corner. Now the scoop slam. And now nowhere for them to go. Mirror. Look out here. The Dragon Rana off the top rope. 1, 2, and a kick out. And now poised and ready once again. Up and down goes Kuso. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, got her. Give the assist to the Madness. Off the Punisher.
Here is your winner, the Smoking Mirror.
And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we are off and running. And folks, coming up next, the night did not go how they wanted for either Scotty Stevens or the Sandman, Damian Anderson. And here tonight, they're going to go one-on-one to try to get back in the win column. Of course, the Sandman was involved in the Monster Mash, and while he had a pretty decent showing, did not make it to the Final Four. I'm sure he's disappointed with that, and Scotty Stevens came up just a bit short against Jack Andrews in that #1 contendership match. But here tonight, that can all change with one match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 243 pounds, he is the gentleman of MNW, Scott E. Stevens.
So Stevens marching his way down to the ring. Certainly got to be frustrated as he watches Jack Andrews here later tonight get that championship opportunity that he wanted so badly. But with another opportunity to impress the Executive Club and the Brass by taking out Damian Anderson, he can get right back in their good graces.
And introducing his opponent, weighing in at 247 pounds, he is Mr. Friday Night, the Sandman, Damian Anderson.
So Anderson, who has been at the forefront of this rebellion against the Brass and the Executive Club, every time somebody tries to step to Flashbang, Sandman finds himself in the line of fire, which is why he has earned the moniker of Mr. Friday Night. And here we go. Sandman and Stevens. Oh, what a spine buster to start us off here by Stevens. There's the moonsault attempt by Stevens, not known for his high-flying ability, but neither is Sandman, but he's been going deeper and deeper into the bag of tricks lately. And now the crossbody. Quick cover here. Legs in position. And a kick out. There's the right hand. Sandman from behind. Shot to the spine. There's the elbow. And now look. Oh, look out here. There's the moonsault connecting. And now in off the ropes, able to drop down. And there's the back body drop onto Stevens. Hooks the leg. One. Kick out at one. And throw the shot right to the spine. And now another elbow. And now throw the leg drop. Sandman now up to that middle rope. And the double axe handle right to the temple. But Stevens able to counter. And now the monkey flip. And off the, oh, another moonsault and missed. And then the drop kick by Sandman. And now Damian Anderson all the way up to the top rope. Sandman showing off his high-flying arsenal. What an elbow to the head. And that staggered Stevens, who has to pull himself up by the ropes. And then throws him to the outside to catch his breath. And now back in comes Sandman. Shot to the back. And that could have turned the momentum in Stevens' favor. Look at that. Oh, the power slam. Just a 2 count for Stevens. And I'll look out here. Oh, it was clothesline. Nice counter there by Sandman. Able to turn away from that fall away face buster. A Stevens special. And now the rewind. Got him. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. And now right back to the legs. This time the figure 4. Can he bridge it into the time loop? He can! But Stevens able to get out of it. There's a shot by Stevens. And look at this. Oh, almost like a reverse slam. Looked like he was going for a scoop slam and flipped him over. And then the moonsault again missing. But Steven counters. And the class act! That flatline of the class act. Sandman walked right into it. 1, 2, and a kick out. And now boot to the midsection. Into a power bomb position. Sandman gonna go face first into the turnbuckle. Stevens trying to stay on the attack. Now you see the gator roll by Stevens and into a crossface. Showing off his mat skills, his technical wrestling prowess. And now immediately into the submission. This time the camel clutch with that knee right in the spine of Anderson. Trying to wrench back. Can he get him? And he got him! Stevens steals one. Here is your winner, Scott E. Stevens. So Sandman's still stuck on the schneid. Whereas Stevens with a big win to put a notch in the belt of the executive club and the brass. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we promised you tag team action between Bully Dog and Flo, but before we get to it, we're going to hear from one of the members of Flo who's ready to ball out, and that is the man that we saw earlier, the Mad Tino Heat.
Gonna make this one short and sweet because I don't want anything getting lost in translation. Max, yeah, amigo, did you not learn your lesson the first time when you attacked Funk for having the briefcase? You don't remember me embarrassing you at Multivania? Well, perhaps a refresher is in order, but I'm a generous man. I know you have a bit of a queue at the moment, so I, of course, will wait my turn. However, I will not be waiting long. No. You've made sure of that. You and every single fucking member of your little shitbird club is going to get what's coming to them. Watch your back, amigo.
And ladies and gentlemen, that match will be up next after these commercial breaks. Don't go anywhere.
The following contest is a six-man tornado tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 1,015 pounds, the team of Brawl Kaiser, Da Funk, and the Mad Tino Heat, the Madness, Flow.
So Da Funk, who was the Big Oof champion up until Breakdown, had it ripped away by the Bully Dog, but give an assist to M backstage. Brawl Kaiser, of course, one of the final three in the Monster Mash. The Madness coming in at number 27, also one of the final entrants in that matchup. And here comes the champion,
Introducing their opponents first. Weighing in at 249 pounds, he is the Big Oof champion, Bully Dog.
And tweeting out on social media, Sergeant Major Ping saying, quote, so Johan lost to Funk, and now Funk lost to Bully. Congrats to the new champ, but doesn't matter who holds the Big Oof, because they have to deal with me soon enough. Bully winning his first championship in MNW. It was a long wait, and it took a little bit of an attitude shift, but the results speak for themselves, rewarding himself with the Big Oof title. But who is actually willing to help this scumbag? Oh,
And introducing his tag team partners. At a combined weight of 627 pounds, the team of Tyson Smythe and M, the Executive Club.
Oh boy, great, awesome. Of course they would have Bully's back. They're the reason he got a title opportunity. And let's not forget, Brawl Kaiser and Madness, plenty of history with M and Tyson Smythe. Tyson looking for some payback after the Monster Mash. It was Brawl Kaiser that dumped him out of that match. And Spectrum tweeting out on social media, take it home, gang. And here we go, folks. Starting off, it's going to be Defunk and M. Brawl Kaiser going after Bully. And now here comes Madness. And now Tyson and Brawl. This is what we wanted to see. These two despise each other. Death Valley Driver. Into the cover and a kick out. Now the electric chair drop to Bully. And now Brawl trying to float behind Tyson. And a German suplex. And now the quick cover by Bully trying to take out Madness. And M sending Brawl up over the top rope. Remember, it was M that attacked Defunk backstage. You could argue cost him that title. Oh, look at the drop kick on Brawl. And any one of these members of Flow could theoretically be Bully Dog's next opponent, although we heard an offer from Bully Dog, well, through Mr. Lawson, I suppose. Graven inviting Bully Dog to accept DeLuna as his first challenger. Lawson saying, well, if you want to cut the line, maybe you put up your briefcase against Bully. And now we'll have to see if those are amenable terms for the Chocolate Zombie. And the Falcon Arrow. Big scoop slam to Smythe. And now M trying to press Brawl Kaiser up over his head and down. Emerald Flosion by Defunk. And the drop kick. And the drop kick by Madness taken out. The Big Oof champion. Oh, the wiggle. The wiggle countered by Smythe. Funk looking for some payback on the club. And now the sledgehammer. And now stacked up in the corner. Blow waiting for them to get to their senses. There goes bodies everywhere. Brawl trying to get rid of that sledgehammer. Now the elbow. Look out here. Belly to belly on Bully Dog. The man who defeated Funk at Breakdown. And now the man who tried to take him out. Overhead belly to belly by M. And now Tyson from behind going after Funk. He's sending off the ropes. Looking for the big super kick and countered into a power bomb onto the sledgehammer. The smoking gun did not connect. And now Brawl again trying to deal with Bully. Oh, and there's the Star Buster. Flo trying to run interference, and Smythe able to break it up. And now the drop kick missed by Brawl, and down goes Funk. And now M, look out here, FTK to the madness. Shades of Multivania and a kick out. The Matino Heat again stays alive. And now the right hand by Smythe taking out Brawl. And now Brawl sending off the ropes. Oh, the shot to the gut there by Madness. Neck breaker. Legs being used as a weapon. Smythe going after the former champion. Funk up and down. Another cover by Bully. 2 and a kick out. Madness again refusing to stay down. The knee to the face. Brawl with a knee to the head. Brawl goes down. Smythe looking for revenge. DDT. And now M onto the sledgehammer goes Madness. M and Madness squared off in Multivania, and it was the Madness that got the better of them that night. And now look out here, the Bulldog to Funk. And M rolls to the outside. Here comes Smythe. And now everybody on the outside of the ring. That's not going to help anyone. Oh, and there's the knee to the head. Madness goes down. Oh, look out here. Smythe not letting Madness go, and double drop kick. And then Brawl. Oh, look out here. The Mad Crash. And now look at Madness looking for a super kick of his own. Throwing M into the barricade. And now Brawl sends in Smythe. Brawl looking to put away Smythe, but that kendo stick doing some damage. And now the DDT reversed. And now the cover. And tweeting out prior to this matchup, quote, next week, you all listen to what I have to say about what happened in the Monster Mash and my future going forward. My anger for what happened is only just starting. And now M in some trouble. M gonna get the Starbuster, but the choke chain locked it on Madness. But Brawl able to break it up. And now looking for the Funk U. Look out here, Funk U into a firing squad. Cover. And Bully Dog might have hit Tyson by mistake. And then a smoking gun to the Funk. Madness tossed away. 1, 2, and they got him. Here are your winners, the
the team of Bully Dog and the Executive Club.
So the champion got some good backup. And M immediately with the warning, be warned, Flashbang, the Bully Dog has backup. Great. Well, that's never good news. You know what else is not good news? Doom has reunited, which means it's going to be a spooktacular for the rest of the year. Mad Jack makes his Friday Night Flashbang return against Labras, and it is next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Doom. Weighing in at 233 pounds, he is the Pumpkin King, Magic. The three have been reunited on All Hallows Eve. And now it's Macabre and Xerxes escorting Mad Jack to the ring. And that is a terrifying visage for the rest of Flashbang. And this is bad news for everybody. Doom, one of the legendary trios of MNW, and tweeting out on social media a rare tweet, which we will get to in just a second. Suicide Gemini tweeting out. And introducing his opponent, being accompanied to the ring by Satirus Basilicus, weighing in at 322 pounds, representing Apex, Labras.
And Suicide Gemini saying, quote, my, a lot sure has changed since I last played in Flashbang. I wonder if they still remember me or if I've been forgotten like a ghost. No matter, feels good witnessing all this once again. Well, funny they should tweet that out, because later tonight we will see Hell's Kitchen in action. And of course, the talk of the Monster Mash was Samuel Manatee, who set a new record for eliminations in a Monster Mash with 8. Also surviving over a half an hour from the 7th slot. It was unreal. And here we go, Friday nights. Mad Jack is back. And he made his return by laying out both Minotaurs at breakdown. And now the right hands. Just clubbing Labrys in the face. And then grabbing him by the horns. And now hooks the leg. Labrys, one. And a kick out. The springboard of the crossbody by Mad Jack. And now booting him right in the head. Now the right hands, Labrys. What a slap to the face of Mad Jack. We understand Jack Andrews has just arrived on his bus here for his main event title opportunity. But he has yet to make his way to the arena. And now sending hard into the corner to that exposed turnbuckle. It looks like Zerikis might have been playing games with the turnbuckle pad. Mad Jack paid the price. And now there's the elbow, and now twinning out on Soul. Oh, look at that, decking Mad Jack. And then the splash by Labrys. Hooking the leg. Mad Jack showing a little bit of ring rust, but a kick out. Meanwhile, Bully Dog, the Big Oof champion, tweeting out, quote, my, I feel like the belle of the ball. So many suitors all lining up for the chance of the big dog. Well, keep this in mind, folks. I've waited a long time to get my teeth on some gold, so I ain't letting go of this title anytime soon. As for you, dead man, you want Moon Boy to play? You gotta pay. You got the stones to do what needs to be done. And now the boot to the head. And the drop kick off the middle rope. And now the Mad Pumpkin King getting speared. Gored out of his boots. Oh, and Mad Jack, it could be a very unfruitful return. Down he goes. Into the cover. What an upset this would be. Lebo, and a kick out by Mad Jack. He thought he had him. Another roll up. Rolling up Labrys. Oh, and a kick out. And now here come the knees. Mad Jack double knees. And the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out again. And now Labrys in the corner. Mad Jack, here come the boots. And now lifting him up. And Mad Jack catching a couple elbows now from Labrys. Into the corner. And slapping him down. And then out of the corner. And now another quick cover. Mad Jack in trouble. 2, and another kick out. And Labrys can't believe it. Again the cover. And now the feet on the ropes. Oh, and Macabre saved Mad Jack. Labrys trying to cheat. Macabre said, get the heck out of here. And on the boot off the ropes. Drop kick to the head. Mad Jack with Jack's knife. 1, 2, and a kick out. And chaos is broken out. Mad Jack to the corner. Oh, he got caught. Oh, a shot to the back. And now Mad Jack in a submission maneuver. Camel clutch locked in. Labrys tried to get those hooves on the rope. Macabre pulled our referee out. And at the referee's discretion, both men neither disqualified. And there goes Mad Jack into the corner. And now Mad Jack in trouble. Here he goes again. Oh, the counter. Oh, the counter on Labrys. The rake in the eyes. And then the right hand. Counter. Spear. What a match. And on the right hand. And another counter, this time by Mad Jack with the head scissors towel. We look for the All Hallows knee. Boot to the midsection. And now the Icarus lock. Icarus lock on Mad Jack. Trying to hang in there, but he does. And Labrys a little woozy after that. And oh, there it is! All Hallows knee! Out of nowhere! Mad Jack, no! And now up over the top rope. What a match this has been. To the outside. Clothesline, and he takes out Satiris. Double clothesline by Mad Jack. Probably not a good idea. And now he's getting the hell out of there. Throws him in. Message sent to the other Minotaur. And now staggered into the corner. Scoop slam. Middle rope. Labrys. All Hallows knee counter. And then Macabre from behind. This has been insane. And now Mad Jack in trouble again. Down goes Mad Jack. Cover. 1, 2, and another kick out. Labrys beside himself. Boot to the midsection. Jackknife number 2. Cover. And he got him. Here is your winner, Mad Jack. And look at that visage. Doom is back. Unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, from one legendary tag team to a group of others, we have triple threat tornado tag team action because we need to start whittling down the pretenders from the contenders in the tag team division. And Big Rock and Huge May need another #1 contender. So tonight, 3 teams do battle to look to see if they can show that they have what it takes. Will they catch the eye of the brass? Let's find out next.
The following contest is a triple threat tornado tag team match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 602 pounds, the team of the head chef of MNW, Samuel Manatee, and Suicide Gemini, Hell's Kitchen. And we cannot talk about Hell's Kitchen without bringing up the incredible performance by Samuel Manatee in the Monster Mash, a legendary performance that will go down in history. And introducing their opponents first. In a combined weight of 722 pounds, the team of Lasume and Zach DeWeaver, the Guild. And Lasume is hype. And people on social media have begun to calling Samuel Manatee after his performance the Iron Chef. Pretty apt nickname. And introducing third. And a combined weight of 672 pounds, the team of Lord V and the Cleaver, the Abyssal Void. Well, this is going to be interesting. The unsuccessful in the Monster Mash as well. Cleaver not even given a slot in the mash. And Cleaver and V trying to psych themselves up as they get ready for this triple threat tag team action. And I'm just getting word that the head chef is proud to announce that dinner is ready. Filipino-style chicken adobo served over white rice, served with fried veggies. Dessert is tres leches cake. Filipino chicken is delicious. If you've never had chicken adobo, get backstage and try Manatee's cooking. And so it's going to be Hell's Kitchen, Abyssal Void, and the Guild. Already a quick pin there. And look at Suicide Gemini flying all over. And now Gemini heading to the outside, probably looking for some hardware. Wouldn't put it past him. Right hand there by DeWeaver. And the Samoa drop to DeWeaver. And Lasume getting clubbed in the chest by Lord V, one of the few people that could probably match him pound for pound.
And there's the power bomb by Cleaver. And now Gemini taking out Cleaver and having to deal with Lasume up over the top rope. And now the right hand. Ducks underneath. Look out here. Clothesline. And now V coming in to try to deal with Manatee. And it's going to be a side slam. And now sliding back into Weaver does bring in some hardware. Lasume with the cover broken up by Gemini. And now the shot to the face. Lasume, fisherman suplex to Lasume. Oh! Down goes DeWeaver. And now the right hand to the spine by Manatee. Remember, was it... oh, look out here, moonsault, but missed. Looking to take out Cleaver, and V able to stop it and pound his foot into his stomach. Now Lasume and Manatee out on the outside, and DeWeaver with a counter to V. Kick to the head. And a clubbing blow. And now look out here, submission move locked in by Gemini. But able to get out of it is Cleaver. And there's the Liger Bomb. Manatee with that running powerbomb, shades of the legend Yushin Thunder Liger, who we've seen here in MNW. And Gemini rolling out of the way of DeWeaver. And now look out here, kiss of despair. Cover. But the Abyssal Void all over that. The 2-on-1. And now the springboard taking out V. But now the roll-up. Cleaver trying to steal it, but a kick out. And now taking out Cleaver. Look out here. Slamming down DeWeaver. And now submission move locked in, trying to turn over Cleaver. And now the Lasume slam. And now the clothesline into the Spanish fly. And V breaks up the pinfall, right hand by V. Now the shot to Manatee. Look out here, off the springboard, clothesline missed. And now V taken down. And now the cover by Lasume broken up by Hell's Kitchen. 3 teams, only 1 winner. And there's the Chef Special knocking out DeWeaver. And now V into the corner, tenderizing the meat. And the Lasume splash. And then Lasume saves the match for his tag partner. And now V goes down. Look out here, looking for the chokeslam counter. DeWeaver looking for the price check. Rather, I apologize, that was a cleanup on aisle 3. And now Manatee sees Gemini in some trouble, comes in trying to take out Lasume, and that's the Guild and Hell's Kitchen doing battle. Oh, and down goes Cleaver with that kendo stick. Lasume up. And down. Submission move locked in. Turning him over. On a baseball bat. And now the cover. Kick out by Manatee. And now double power bombs. Oh, V and Gemini go down. And oh, look at the chef special. Nobody home. And now the kiss of despair. Look out here. Down goes Cleaver. And now, one for Lasume. 2. Oh, and Cleaver, or rather Lord V, broke it up. Lord V saving the match for his team. 2 pinfalls. And there's Fall into Despair. And V again breaks it up. And now the counter. Up on the shoulders, V, you're going to pay the price. Down he goes. Bill Weaver with a chair. And now back to the top turnbuckle. Look out here. Again Fall into Despair. But this time to Weaver right there. Look out here, DDT to Gemini. And now into the cover. Shot to the back. Look out here. Chef special blocked. And V stays alive. And now Lasume running power slam. And now the chef special. Monkey flip. Gemini trying to run interference, but Cleaver gets back in now. And now the right hand. Look out here, the counter. Chef special out of nowhere. And now Manatee in some trouble. Lasume's looking for the reboot and got it. And on the pin on Cleaver. Gemini in breaks it up. And now O's looking for the kiss of despair, but no good. And now the cover by Cleaver, 2. And he got him. The Abyssal Void steals it.
Here are your winners, the team of Cleaver and Lord V, the Abyssal Void.
And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we promise you a rematch of the finals of the Monster Mash, Wiley against Spectrum. But before we get there, we are going to hear from the new Monster Mash winner.
Been a while since I heard that sound. Good to hear the crowd roaring instead of booing. I'm only representing myself tonight. No club, no Lawson. Guess that's where all the cheering is coming from, because I have been mostly focused on the club, haven't I? But I wasn't focused on the club during the Monster Mash. Wait, no, I take that back. I was a bit focused on it, but to an extent, because all that drifted away after Tyson threw the first punch. The club could have had a brawl, a friendly competition to see who's stronger. But no. Even then, Tyson couldn't get himself together. Speaking of which, Tyson! I don't think you realize how bad you did, and how bad you've recently been doing. Just what leader throws their own teammate out of the ring? I was planning on doing a comeback to your little reply you did, but I think your actions spoke louder than anything I could have said. You put on a fantastic display, so congratulations, Tyson Smythe. What a memorable symbolism of your leadership and wisdom towards everything you have done and what you have stood for thus far. I said I wasn't, and yet I'm doing this. I do apologize, audience. Let's get back on track, shall we? The week before the pay-per-view, I did win that match with flying colors. Then we get to the pay-per-view itself, and suddenly I'm winning that one too. Now, what are the odds of that? A while ago, I was told to go after the big oof. Looks like I found my own mission. A chance at the world title is nothing to scoff at. I am quite interested to see what happens within that fight. Phoenix. I'm very much looking forward to our meeting in the ring. One last thing, for I know my time is running short. Damn time constraints. Eric, I understand we've had our differences ever since I've joined the show. But maybe it's time you've changed your line of sight. I'm not exactly a rookie anymore. You should call the creature that is really a rookie, the rookie, instead of me. I mean, it doesn't really make sense for me to be called that anymore. Does it? I'll be taking my leave. Have a good night, Flashbang.
You know, perhaps they have a very interesting point because they are not the rookie anymore here on Friday Night Flashbang, so I do have to think of something different to call them. Perhaps I can call you a pussy. A cat. A cat because you are a feline, so perhaps that is a more apt description. Let's send it down to ringside.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 249 pounds, he is the Dragonborn. Why? The man who was the runner-up, the 30th entrant in the Monster Mash, Wiley. And Wiley looks like he is focused on the task at hand, and that is trying to handle one of the members of the executive club. And introducing their opponent, coming to the ring by Mr. Lawson, representing the Executive Club. They are the winner of the 2025 Monster Mash, Spectrum. And Mr. Lawson still sporting that neck brace from the spine buster of Jack Andrews Beckett. Let us remind you, Multivania. I guess Lawson proud of his recruit. And with Spectrum winning the Monster Mash, that means that the winner of tonight's main event is going to have a big target on their back.
Oh, what a boot to the head. Wiley not wasting any time. Of course, Wiley entered number 30 in the monster match, the advantageous positioning. And while they lasted to the final two, they could not best Spectrum. And now the twist of the head. We're going to drop the leg. And a drop kick to the head. And it is a very different animal when you have to face a fresh Wiley one-on-one. And a running power slam. Wiley, of course, has stood against the Executive Club from day one. And now the Dragonborn trying to regret making Spectrum step in there. As he, of course, is a former champion in of his own right. As Wiley escapes to the outside part of the ring, Spectrum sending them all the way to the floor. And out of the top rope, not afraid to take a risk. Look at that axe handle off the top rope. Maybe a forearm. And now the side slam there by Spectrum. Now the elbow to the sternum. And now rolling them over. Hook in the leg. And an immediate kick out by Spectrum. Up over the top rope. And shotguns them to the outside. And now Spectrum telling Wiley to get up. Oh, and look out here, trapped under ice. Submission move locked in. Trying to tap out Spectrum. And Spectrum is out cold. Wiley, what a performance.
Here is your winner, the Dragonborn. Why?
Spectrum passed out. Wiley with a message sent to the Executive Club. I don't have words. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that message sent, the trapped under ice of Wiley, that submission maneuver, and Spectrum didn't even have the chance to tap out. Passing out, refusing to quit, but taking that L with them nonetheless. And speaking of folks who are angry, ladies and gentlemen, the club might want to deal with this issue, but they're going to have to deal with it in a very specific way, because coming up next, well, I'll just let you watch.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 222 pounds, Demolition Box! Well, here comes Demolition Fox, and on any other day, we would be talking about how they are a former member of AAA who was a former Trios champion who turned their back on their friends, stabbed El Pollo de la Muerte, the current interdimensional champion, in the back. Speaking of El Pollo, we understand that once again the gates of the multiverse, the forbidden door has been thrown wide open. And while we haven't seen any Vaders here tonight, that is because El Pollo is off on the front lines. And, well, sorry, Demo. And introducing their opponent. Weighing in at 189 pounds, representing Apex, she is the Queen, Mizuki Napier. Yeah, if you missed Breakdown, Mr. Lawson fired her husband. The return of the ghost. And Nero forced to lay his boots where his title reign ended. And this woman is not happy about it. Mr. Lawson told Nero Napier, make your way down to the ring and your career will be on the line. And that's when the ghost returned from out of nowhere and beat him with his own move, a Titan Boa, into the coil. And all Mizuki could do was watch. And here we go. Mizuki out of the corner, moves out of the way of the drop kick. The right hand, and a shot to the back of the head. And trying to get this, Mizuki telling Demo to get up. And now to the middle rope, and the double axe handle. The cover! And a kick out! And a DDT! And now look, oh, wait a second, look out here! The snake bite! And then the stomp! And now Mizuki with a coil! A good immediate coil on Demolition Fox! Trying to choke the Fox out! Nowhere for them to go and tap it out! Oh my God! Here is your winner, Mizuki Napier! Good Lord! Sudden impact! And tweeting out on social media, Kath Gina saying, quote, Eric, dear, you might want to reconsider having a long chat with me. You seem to have a growing list of problems. Come to tea. We can chat. I don't wanna. The Queen with a modicum of revenge, but good Lord. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we've talked about it all night, and we know you're hyped for it.
It is...
You have all forgotten where you come from. You have all forgotten the skeletons in your own closets. You celebrate your victories in battle before the war is even over. There are those that are perplexed by my return, but it is quite simple. The last time I was here, it was as a conduit. This time, I am here as a message. A reminder to never forget where you come from. One by one, any who step forward will be reminded of their past. That their future is not guaranteed. This is not some holiday special. This is the new normal. This is your present. And if you wish to survive to see your future, then you must face your past.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing Apex, weighing in at 212 pounds, he is the Sunken Sea Captain, Zephyr Tail.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for that cutout there. Apparently, we have a match to go before our main event. And tweeting out on social media, M saying, I have nothing to face in my past. Your presence gives me a headache. I mean, that's a fair point. And so now Zephyr Tail making his way down to the ring. I don't have this on my breakdown, which is a little confusing. What?
And introducing his opponent, weighing in at 255 pounds, the Ghost.
Oh, well, that's different. Meanwhile, Micah Macabre tweeting out on social media, I'm going on record saying I have and want nothing to do with this Ghost. I put the last one in a casket. Y'all can deal with this one. Well, this is... I don't understand what's going on right now. Well, Zephyr and the Ghost gonna square off, and of course Zephyr probably not happy that the Ghost ended the career of Nero Napier. And then a big clothesline. And now wrenching on the arm. Up to the top rope, and there it is. The moonsault off the top. And now a knee to the inside part of the leg. The stomp to the leg once more. And another boot to the head. Now the twist of the head. And now the elbow and the clothesline, and Ghost again laying out Zephyr. And then a boot to the head. And now whipped in off the ropes. Look out here. Drop down. The leapfrog. And now looking for the hip toss. Flip behind. And a go. What a kick. Cover. And a kick out again. And then sweeps the leg. And now tweeting out on social media, Raven Allen saying, quote, "Don't make me bury you next to my past, Ghost." Meanwhile, the Omni Geek saying, quote, "Joke's on you, I've been facing my past since the day I picked up this mask." And look out here, looking for the Yo-Ho elbow! And the Ghost is reeling! Cover him! Trying to pull him away from the ropes! Zephyr, what an upset this would be! 2 and a kick out! And another moonsault! And now the twisting of the head. Kick to the small of the back. Now there's another boot to the head, and now right hands by Zephyr. And now look out here. Oh, the moonsault! Another kick to the spine. And then the stomp. And now another knee, and now tweeting out on social media, the Merc McMorgan saying, quote, "The lessons of my past have bloodied and forged me into the blade I am now. You spout your empty threats, entity. You are nothing more than an obstacle to me." All of this because Mr. Lawson lost his, but look out here! Oh, the big DDT, the underhook DDT! Shades of the Bone Warrior, 2 and a kick out! Meanwhile, Damian Anderson saying, quote, "I've been burning my past the last few weeks. I shall turn the ships into your pyre. Come fill your hands, you son of a bitch." Ducks the clothesline, super kick to the face. There's the right hand, Zephyr. Looking for the back suplex. Trying to build some more momentum, and there's another kick. And the Ghost able to counter. And now whipping him into the current corner. Ghost off the ropes, and his battle scars to the face. Zephyr, and then a counter. And now face first into the turnbuckle. Zephyr staggered. Look at her, oh no, up on the shoulders. Tighten up boa. And now the cover. Zephyr kick out. Duh. And now face first into the turnbuckle again. Oh, look out here! The Ghost with a vicious clothesline! And the glare at Zephyr, the cross body. And then the stomp. Oh no, no, not this way. The coil. After Mizuki just used this maneuver, the coil on Zephyr, and he taps out.
Here is your winner, the Ghost.
Folks, I don't have words. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was not on my bingo card. But I'll tell you what, things have just gotten complicated here on Friday nights. But perhaps we'll have to unpack that next week, because that doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. But coming up next, we promised you a world title main event, and it is next.
The following contest is scheduled for what fall it is for, the MNW World Heavyweight Championship.
And here comes the challenger, Jack Andrews. So Andrews, who has not had a title opportunity since Multivania multiple years ago. Andrews had a long-standing crusade against Apex, going through them one by one, much like Scotty Stevens. And here tonight, he could come full circle by dropping the leader of Apex on their head and becoming the new World Heavyweight Champion. And here comes the champ. The question is, who does Mr. Lawson hate more? The Crimson Phoenix or Jack Andrews? And will it play a part in the outcome of this match? And Phoenix has looked like it's all business since Breakdown.
Introducing the challenger, weighing in at 243 pounds, he is the Black Prince of Wales, Jack And there you see him, the Black Prince of Wales. And in this corner, the champion, weighing in at 245 pounds, representing Apex, they're the World Heavyweight Champion, the Crimson Phoenix.
And tweeting out on social media, the jar saying, quote, "I've not once false spoke or hid my past, intruder. My stains were dragged through the mud, buried, or have fled these hunt grounds. But by all means, try your best to bring whatever dishonor you might think you can find." And here we go, Phoenix out of the way. Nice counter there by Andrews. Again, the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Capture suplex. And a kick to the head of Andrews. Couple of shots. Another elbow. Meanwhile, tweeting out on social media, Suicide Gemini tweeting, quote, "Despair is dead. Embrace death." And now into the cover. Quick kick out there by Andrews. And a stomp to the leg of Andrews. And now look out here. Look for the moonsaulting in. And now the right hand. And now up on the shoulders. Andrews with Phoenix towards the ropes. Hung out to dry. And now the elbow. And now looking for the Fisherman Buster. And now the collar and elbow tie up. Nice takedown there by Andrews. Now trying to twist the arm around. Oh! The arm breaker. Into the cover and a kick out. And now Andrews duck underneath the clothesline. And tweeting out on social media, Mick Morgan saying, quote, "Let the prince be crowned the king. Take that crown, Jack." And now look out here, looking for the the drop kick took too long. Andrews taken down by Crimson, rolls to the outside. Crimson in hot pursuit. Again, champion's advantage is in play. And a rake in the eyes. Doing what they have to do. Head first off the side of the apron. Remember, Crimson could only watch as Nero Napier was retired via the Ghost at Breakdown 16. And now the big forearm right to the face. And the standing shooting star. And now the kicks, the chops. Staggering. Elbow. A right hand. And now the full-away reverse DDT. And then sliding outside the ring, El Pollo. Again breaking the count, not wanting to win this via count out. And now all the way to the top. Crimson looking to fly. Nobody home! Andrews playing possum. And the counter. And Andrews saying, where you going? Drop kick and right to the knee. Another counter. Back and forth we go. Again, they have to the count of 10. A count-out disqualification. Title will stay with the champion. And now the body blows. And now back into the ring. Moving away. And now the head scissors. Look out here. Hook in the leg. 1, 2. And a kick out at 1. I thought it was a 2 count. Andrews not even giving them the dignity of a 2. The springboard. Hurricane Rana. And now Crimson off the ropes. Look out here. The senton. And off the middle rope, another Hurricane Rana. Andrews moves out of the way. There's the kick. The right hand. And now the tilt-a-whirl. Look out here, the head scissors. And then a drop kick in the corner. Off the middle rope, or the bottom rope rather, that moonsault. Andrews staggers back to his feet. And off the ropes. Andrews looking for his first championship here in MNW. We've had a lot of that lately with the forces of nature. Bully Dog stepping up to the plate. Will Andrews be the next in that line of new champions? Off the ropes. Slides under. Look out here. Another Hurricane Rana. And now the kicks. And again, on a flatliner! The Colt Classic on Andrews! 2 and a kick out! Pulling a page out of Henry Colt's book. And now Andrews trying to turn momentum. Telling Phoenix to get up. What a chop! And a springboard moves out of the way. Andrews just going for a quick cover. 1, and a kick out at 1. Just trying to slow things down and make Phoenix use some energy. Here comes the elbow. And now out of the corner, Andrews turns him around. Out of the corner, the boots now. Andrews looking for a full head of steam. And oh, what a boot to the head, right to the temple. And out towards the other corner. There's the counter by Phoenix. And now Phoenix with a full head of steam. What a forearm. And now looking for a trademark leg drop all the way to the outside. And then there's the tope atomico misses. And then again, oh, the knees right to the chest. Hook in the leg. Up the Meteora, 2 and a kick out. And now poised. Ready, Phoenix, trying to hang on. Oh, but a counter by Andrews. The right hand. And they got him onto the counter. Emerald Flosion countered. Counter for counter. And now the neck breaker. And a standing shooting star. Both competitors went for their best shot. Both got counter drop kick. And now Phoenix falling into the cover. Legs in position. Kick out again. What a match. And now Phoenix, another running start into the corner. Uppercut, elbow. And again into the corner. Oh! The Tiger Feign into the ring. And now whipped off the ropes. Drop down. Drop kick lands on their feet. And Andrews staggered by that move. And now using the ropes for leverage. The right hand. And now a bulldog. Off the bulldog, hooks the leg. Wait, ref, the leg under the ropes. The leg onto the ropes, and Andrews has to kick out. Legs didn't see it. Kick to the head. Clothesline. And Andrews feeling it. That woke him up. To the top rope, a rear climb. Clothesline. And right back to the elbow. And now rolling to the outside. And now knee right to the temple. And look out here. Fisherman Buster again. That brain buster out of the Fisherman, and there it is, the Spine Buster! Making Double A proud on the concrete. But Andrews has got to get him back in the ring. He flipped the hips, got him down. But now continuing the punishment. And now dragging Phoenix back towards the ring. Could this be it? Andrews feeling it. Leg saying, get back in here. And now Andrews might be one move away. Looking for the half Nelson. The knee. And Jack with a right hand. Staggering Crimson, the champion. DDT. Can Andrews make his dream come true? Into the corner. And an exploder suplex into the turnbuckle. And now poised and ready. Clothesline. Crimson stays up somehow. Another DDT. Hook in the leg. This to win the title. But Crimson kicks out. And now going to try for the Emerald Flosion one last time. Yes! No, it's countered! Andrews went for it all and got countered! And now it's Phoenix! Countered again! Spine Buster! We're gonna have a new champion! Counted legs! 2! No! Andrews this time in the ring with the Spine Buster, and now a third time it's countered! And immediately, oh, Phoenix looking for the Phoenix driver! Every time they go for the finish, these two are counter for counter with each other. And there it is! The Phoenix effect! The Phoenix effect! Will that be enough? Crawls over and a kick out at 2. Phoenix could barely cover Andrews. Andrews could barely kick out. And now looking for the scoop slam. Phoenix to the top. They haven't tried this yet. Looking for the Phoenix down! Phoenix down to retain center of the ring! Phoenix is still champion! Here is your winner and still the MNW World Heavyweight Champion,
Crimson Phoenix! 3 Emerald Flosions, 3 counters by the Crimson Phoenix. What a showcase! Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. And if you can believe it, as we watch Jack Andrews roll to the outside and a look of acknowledgement to the Crimson Phoenix as he heads to the back. Crimson still your World Heavyweight Champion. But we have so much to talk about next week. We now know Spectrum could be next for the Crimson Phoenix, or will they hold on to their opportunity? We're going to find out. Will Graven Allen put his briefcase on the line to allow his faction mate to challenge Bully Dog for the Big Roof Championship? And what is with the Ghost? All that and more we're going to unpack next week, because we are out of time. My name is Eric J. Erickson, and we will see you next week. Good night!